I now call to order the 139th commencement ceremony of Smith College. Will all those in attendance please be seated?
Good morning, friends. You are really here, and this is really happening. As far as I can tell from up here, anyway. Greetings, faculty and staff, alum and trustees, family and friends, beloved class of 2017, and your friends and families. Welcome to you from near and far. Welcome to those of you who are watching us on live stream. And okay, welcome to any of you who may be watching us from an undisclosed location. Okay, everything's out in the open now. The ancient Greeks had two concepts of time: chronos, which is by the clock time, and kairos, which is sacred time. In chronos, we wade through our days, we work, we wonder, we study, we write papers, so that we may be granted an hour of kairos, such as this one, when the landscape of our lives is glimpsed in aerial view. We see how actually all along there have been nourishments in our failures and strengthening in our struggles. Graduates, now your fears and doubts and misgivings and even the blisters which may be developing on your feet already are tiny in comparison to your hopes, literally ignited by the energy all around you by those who have taught you, cared for you, loved you, and will remember you. Graduates, I know that you have learned in the last 4 years, if not before, that in the words of William Sloane Coffin, 60s peace activist and chaplain, that the world is too dangerous for anything but truth and too small for anything but love. But life gives us moments to dispel falsehood and banish hate. Today is such a moment. It is a window into sacred time. Love and truth are on call, and you are brave and honest. I invite us now to see from the view of Kairos, to be in our own sacred time. I invite us to celebrate not just all the joys and struggles that got us to the moment, but the fact that no matter how broken the world can seem, we still gather as we are gathered now to hear our prophets, to take into our hearts and bones the wisdom of those who have met life head on and have stories to tell about it, which will inspire, embolden, and even change us. I invite us to remember and bring in close those who are not with us, those who may not be able to share a moment like this in person. May their journeys bear fruit all around us. Let us call upon truth. Let us call upon love. Let us begin.
Would Badria Al-Sabah, President of the senior class, please come forward to speak on behalf of the graduates?
صباح الخير. or good morning. And good morning, class of 2017, and happy commencement. I extend a warm welcome to friends, families, professors, administrators, alumni, staff, and everyone who has chosen to join us on this momentous day. I was nervous enough knowing when I was elected class president that I had to make the speech in front of so many people that I have the highest respect for. But now Oprah? Really? Well, that's Smith for you. Class of 2017. We have just spent a wonderful week celebrating. And if there is anything that I have realized in this week, it's that the first thing that we will miss about Smith is each other. Class of 2017, I love you. Yeah. As we have taught each other and grown with each other and supported each other, we must remember that we have also taught, grown with, and supported Smith, just as it has done for us. No institution is perfect, but standing here 4 years later, I know that I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. We're all moving on to different fields and opportunities, but what we share and carry with us is the Smith bond. The one that lets you bump into a stranger, find out that they're a Smithy too, and proceed to gush over your Smith experiences and the wild shenanigans you had. With all the unforgettable traditions we have experienced, from convocation to Mountain Day, from Primal Scream to our beloved house teas, with each passing day, we have woven ourselves deeper into the fabric of Smith College. Ivy Day, a tradition we experienced just yesterday, is a testament to the lasting impact that attending Smith has on one's life. With alumni from across decades showing up to support each other and to support Smith. May we continue to call Smith home, continue to support Smith, and continue to build on our remarkable college experience. So, change has been a constant theme in our 4 years here, and you all epitomize what it means to be an agent of change, both accepting and creating it. Student groups like Q&A have organized for inclusion and seen the amending of the admission policy to accept trans women. Woo! Yeah. Students, in collaboration with Smith Center for the Environment, Ecological Design and Sustainability, have organized for food justice, encouraging Smith to sign on to the Real Food Challenge. The group organizing for undocumented students' rights has They've championed for accessibility to education and worked with the administration to include undocumented students as domestic students in the admission process. And finally, students of color have organized for diversity and inclusion across all platforms. In our class, 2 of our members, Yashna Sureka and Christine Yee, have received a Gates Foundation grant out of over 1,100 applicants. They've developed a fingerprint authorization system for monetary transactions in India. We have 17 Fulbright scholars and students going on to graduate schools like Columbia, Yale, and the Imperial College of London. Some of us are off to human rights internships and others to jobs. I am so looking forward to working for the United Nations Regional Cairo office in support of women and children who have suffered trauma. And for some of us, we're still exploring, and that is okay. So much applause. From my 4 years here and sharing this time with all of you, I have learned not to think in binaries, to listen before I speak, and to push farther than I think is possible. We've had our highs and our lows at Smith, fallen in and out and back in love with Smith, given our blood, sweat, and tears, but we have definitely achieved long-lasting and meaningful change at Smith. Although we have had vastly different experiences, we have all shared a part of our life stories here on campus. And today, we take a part of Smith with us as we embark on our individual odysseys. I say odysseys because I predict that our lives will be more than just journeys, rather intellectual and spiritual voyages marked by many, many adventures. For instance, someone who has inspired me here at Smith, Professor Suleiman Murad, received his first undergraduate degree in mathematics and yet now is a leading scholar in medieval Islamic history and thought. So even though our paths are undetermined, I urge you not to move forward with fear, but instead a belief in your own abilities. As feminist writer Audre Lorde wonderfully put it, when I dare to be powerful, to use my strength in the service of my vision, then it becomes less and less important whether I am afraid. Before I close, I would like to give one last shout out to my family who is here from Kuwait. Thank you for always supporting me and never allowing stereotypes to dictate my life. I love you. Class of 2017, may our journeys be alive with passion, empowered with vulnerability, and brimming with opportunities. May we continue to affirm each other's humanities and lend our ears to friends in need. And as Bob Dylan once said, may we stay forever young. Congratulations and thank you. Thank you. I would now like to invite President McCartney to join me so I can present her with a gift from the class of 2017. We would like to present the college with a donation to the Fund for Organizations and Developing Leaders. The senior class cabinet raised $2,017 as its first contribution, not to be confused with the gift we received yesterday from the class of 1967. It is our hope that this fund will play an instrumental role in the lives of Smith students for years to come. We ask that you accept this gift on behalf of all the members of the graduating class. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Badria, and to the class for that wonderful gift. Since 1987, Smith College has presented the Honored Professor Award every year in recognition of long and distinguished faculty service to the college. The selection is based on distinction in teaching, scholarship, and contributions to the academic community. I'm proud to present this year's Honored Professor Award to a scientist whose curiosity and enthusiasm have shaped the intellectual landscape of Smith College for more than 3 decades. The world, this professor says, is full of stories to be told, and there is a joy in that discovery. You only have to know where to look to know perhaps which rock to turn over. A scholar and teacher, he is a storyteller whose characters are petrology, mineralogy, and the forces that carved our landscape. From a stone at our feet to a glacier that once towered 2 miles above us, his explorations of the geologic record have prepared his students to look at the world around them with wonder and inquiry. He teaches us what's beneath the surface, one student said, whether through field trips or just a sample from his office shelf. He says in turn, my job is to make myself irrelevant, to teach students to learn without the aid of a teacher, to prepare them to go through life as learners. He was the 2010 president of the Mineralogical Society of America and the 2008 recipient of the Sherritt Award for Distinguished Teaching. He has been widely published, often alongside his students, in journals that focus not only on science, but on the teaching of science. His research has spanned the geologic history of the Tobacco Roots Mountains in Montana, the marbles of Greece, and science teaching both in the classroom and in the field. Please join me in congratulating the 2000 recipient of the 2017 Honored Professor Award, the Mary E. Moses Professor of Geoscience, John B. Brady. We now turn to the awarding of honorary degrees. By virtue of the authority of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, vested in the Board of Trustees of Smith College, and by them delegated to me, I now confer these honorary degrees and admit the recipients to all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto.
Madam President, I have the honor to present Claire Higgins the degree Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
Claire Higgins, community leader. Raised in Brooklyn with a family tradition of public service and advocacy, you developed a leadership style that placed the needs and well-being of individuals at the forefront of decision-making. Your strength and experience as a community organizer made you a force to be reckoned with in your 3 terms as Northampton City Councilor. As mayor of Northampton from 2000 to 2011, you enhanced the city's affordable housing and invested in important infrastructure projects. As a champion for the city and region, you ensured that Northampton's needs remained priorities for leaders on Beacon Hill. Today, as Executive Director of Community Action, a federally designated anti-poverty agency and Head Start grantee serving more than 27,000 people, you continue to fight poverty and uphold the health and dignity of those in need, especially our youngest and most vulnerable citizens. For your leadership, your advocacy, and your compassionate service to others, Smith College is proud to award you the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
Madam President, I have the honor to present Michelle Kwan the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Michelle Kwan, athlete and diplomatic envoy. You stand here today as one of the most accomplished figure skaters in the world. Among your unprecedented 43 championships are 5 World Figure Skating Championships and 2 Olympic medals. Atop a global pedestal of athletic accomplishment, you have used your international standing to inspire young people to assume leadership roles and engage with social and educational issues. You are part of the Special Olympics family, advocating for those who seek the joy of athletic pursuit. As a diplomatic envoy for the United States, you foster cross-cultural dialogue through the universal language of sports. In sharing your story and life experience, you increase understanding of America and appreciation for the American dream. When I think of men and women I most admire, you have said, one quality they share is a willingness to work and sacrifice for great and difficult things. For your unflagging dedication and committed generosity in spirit and deed, both on and off the ice, Smith College is proud to award you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Madam President, I have the honor to present Henrietta Mann, the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Henrietta Mann, educator and advocate, a revered leader in the Cheyenne and Arapaho tribes, and one of the foremost proponents of Native American education. You have shaped the development of Native American studies at colleges and universities from Harvard to Montana State. You have said that your life has been lived in the trenches of education with the goal of helping to create a just world in which indigenous cultures thrive and our youth learn what it is to be human. And your influence in fostering a revival of tribal cultures has extended far beyond academia. Through your work at the Bureau of Indian Affairs, as a trustee to the Smithsonian's National Museum of the American Indian, and as a national coordinator of the American Indian Religious Freedom Coalition, you have advocated for American Indian rights, helped secure the enactment of the American Indian Religious Freedom Amendment, and deepened this country's understanding and appreciation of Native history and traditions. For your unwavering preservation and advancement of Native American studies, culture, and rights, Smith is proud to honor your achievements and award you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Madam President, I have the honor to present Aaron O'Shea, the degree Doctor of Science, honoris causa.
Aaron O'Shea, scientist. Throughout your career, you have sought to enrich our scientific understanding, both in your research and your dedication to bringing underrepresented minorities into the field. By broadening our grasp of cellular behavior, your research into gene regulation, signal transduction, and systems biology has brought insight that is yielding a better comprehension of cancer and other diseases. This work began at Smith. Where you majored in biochemistry and continued through your doctorate at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Your scientific rigor and enthusiasm have made you a leader in the laboratory, in classrooms at Harvard, and now as the first woman president of the prestigious Howard Hughes Medical Institute. Your position has given you a platform to promote diversity and inclusivity in science. One of my priorities, you said, upon your appointment is to be intentionally inclusive, to catalyze greater success for scientists who come from different backgrounds. Success, you've noted, comes not just from the depths of our knowledge, but also the breadth of those seeking that knowledge. For your scientific leadership, Smith College is proud to award you the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa.
Madam President, I have the honor to present Oprah Winfrey for the degree Doctor of Fine Arts, honoris causa.
Oprah Winfrey, global media leader and philanthropist. In 1971, you stepped onto a stage in Nashville, the only black contestant in a local pageant. And you said, "I believe in truth and I want to perpetuate truth." That's what you said to the judges. "Lord," you said, "just you watch me." From that small Tennessee stage to a global media platform, unparalleled in history, you have built an empire of human connection that reaches across society's divides. Through 30 years of The Oprah Winfrey Show, hundreds of issues of the Oprah magazine, and millions of viewers of the Oprah Winfrey Network, you have shown the power of media to create community. A great philanthropist of the 21st century, you have donated millions of dollars to education and humanitarian efforts. In 2000, over tea with Nelson Mandela, you formed an idea for a state-of-the-art independent school for talented girls in South Africa, regardless of their means. The Oprah... The Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy, you said, was meant to change the way not only these girls think, but also to create change in the way a culture feels about what women can do, for speaking truth and creating hope, for investing in opportunity and opening doors to education. Smith College is proud to award you the degree of Doctor of Fine Arts, honoris causa. It is now my great pleasure. It is now my great pleasure to present to you the 2017 commencement speaker, Oprah Winfrey.
Wow. Wow, wow. It feels good. Feels good to be with you and just to be here in this quad. Such great vibrations from all you Smithies. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. President McCartney, I told you to invite me. Took you 4 years. We were sitting on a stage at Harvard, and she said, I'm going to Smith. I'm going to be president. I go, invite me. Thank you. To Board of Trustees Chairwoman Deborah Duncan, to Provost Catherine Rowe, to the faculty and staff, to all of you parents, will all the parents please stand? Just stand. Let us look at you. Let us look at you. This is our day. We did this, along with all these Smithies. I was coming anyway, so I'm glad President McCartney invited me. I have a daughter girl. I call them daughter girls because when I was on the web saying they were daughters, everybody's like, oh, but you don't have daughters, you didn't raise children, you haven't been through the suffering. You never changed any diapers. No, I didn't. I picked them at the age of 12 so I wouldn't have to. But my daughter, Morgan, when we found out that she got accepted at Smith, we both wanted to go streaking through the quad, I have to tell you. But I contained myself. I didn't want to become an international news story streaking through Smith's quad. But her mother is here today. Her mother, who had never been on a plane in her life, found her way to graduation, dancing in the golden. Pearl, thank you so much. Her mother and her brother came from Durban, South Africa to share in this fantastic, glorious moment today. You know, as I watched the sunrise this morning, I was walking my dog Sadie downtown. We walked to get a Go-Berry last night. It was so fun. And got up this morning. Sadie said she wanted to go buy the Go-Berry again this morning. So we were up in time for the sunrise, and I watched like the golden hue. You know, you ever watch a sun? I love to watch sunrises. How first it's just a little prick of light. And I watched the golden hue prick the surface of the horizon and then extend and expand its warming glow over an already beautiful Northampton. And I thought of it as an allegorical symbol of actually what's happened here at Smith these past 4 years with my daughter Morgan and with every other daughter of Smith. I've watched Morgan blossom, and I've watched and seen her flourish. She came here, a young girl from a tiny community in Durban, and she learned to thrive here at Smith, living abroad for a year studying architecture in Copenhagen. She came here as an articulate, ambitious, open to learning, a kind and a giving girl from my school, the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy in South Africa. And Smith, you are giving her back to us as an exquisitely developed, cooperative, curiously inquisitive, open and global-minded woman for the world. I thank you, and her mother thanks you, and there will be a time when all of South Africa will one day thank you, because you have shaped her into a thoughtful contributor. She came here, I know, thinking about herself and her own career and what she could do for herself, and she leaves convicted, as do all of you, to do something for the world. With a bold and bodacious desire Morgan has now to create and design low-income housing to serve the underdeveloped communities from which she came. She entered Smith, an anxious and aspiring young girl with hopes and dreams that she would just be able to compete with all of you here in America at such a prestigious university. She came praying that she'd measure up. She came with this desire that every single human being holds in their heart, that I'll be good enough, worthy enough. And she leaves confident and assured with her heart on fire to serve a cause greater than her own. A woman of the world. That's what you all do here at Smith. So I want to thank you, Smith, because you've helped me to fulfill my dream. The real reason I created the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls, aside from being a gift to Nelson Mandela. See, I had gone to South Africa to spend weeks giving away toys and clothes and books to young orphans and children who never would have had an opportunity to have a Christmas, because I remembered that when I was a poor girl on welfare with my mother and brother and sisters, the kindest thing someone ever did for us, nurses and nuns showed up at our house on the eve of Christmas when I was 12 years old. My mother had said there wouldn't be a Christmas. There was no Santa Claus. I found all that out one day. There won't be a Christmas. There is no Santa Claus. And you will not be getting any presents. But at midnight, these nuns showed up. I thought it was such a generous thing. I never forgot it. I wanted to extend that generosity to other children in South Africa. And Nelson Mandela himself said, "You must come to my house. You must stay at my home." I was nervous. I didn't know what to say. Stedman said, "Why don't you try listening? It's Nelson Mandela." So I did. I listened, we talked, I listened. And at the end of the stay, we were talking about, I was saying, what can I do for you? Because you can't leave a candle or send flowers after 10 days and 29 meals. I said I wanted to build a school because having been raised a poor girl myself, growing up in Mississippi, Nashville, Milwaukee, I know the power of education. So I want to build a school for girls because I believe that when you educate a girl, you not just educate her, you educate her to create opportunities for her family, her community, and eventually the world. So I did. We created this community, this school, this leadership academy that would allow young girls who had come from challenged backgrounds, no opportunities provided to them, to see that the world was a big, wide open place. So Morgan comes to Smith and not only sees, but gets to experience how big and open and wide it is. And opens her heart, as have all of you, to know the power of service, that which has been ingrained in you since the day you came to Smith. And that truly is the secret to my success. I want to share with you. For many years, I was in television. I've been in television since I was 19 years old. I started anchoring the news in Nashville at 19. And in the beginning, when you're 19, you're just happy to have a job. I was happy to be on TV. And I would run into people in the grocery store and they'd say, "Oh, you that lady, you're on TV." Yeah, I'm on TV. It wasn't until I was about 30 years old, coming to Chicago, that I realized that I no longer wanted to just be on TV. I was actually interviewing members of the Ku Klux Klan one day. Skinheads and the Ku Klux Klan, you can learn from everything. No opportunities wasted. And in the middle of the interview, I saw them signaling each other. And I recognized that I thought I was having a conversation exposing how crazy their ideals were. And watching them signal each other, I could see that they were also having a private conversation. I thought I was using them to expose hatred and vitriol, but they were using me as their recruitment platform. So I made a decision that I would no longer be used by television, that I would figure out a way to let television be used by me, to turn it into a platform, that could be of service to the viewers. And in the moment of that decision, my life changed because I no longer was just doing a show. I was no longer just being on a show. I made the clear intention to use every show to inform, to encourage, to inspire, to uplift, and entertain at the same time. And I decided that the notion of intention, knowing why you want to do something, not just doing it, but understanding the why behind the doing, could also change the paradigm for every show. So I said to my producers, I will only do shows that are in alignment with my truth. I will not allow myself to be put in a chair talking to somebody who I am not aligned in some way that I can present myself in truth. I will not fake it. I will not fake it. And so this understanding that there is an alignment between who you are and what you do is what authentic empowerment is. It's what Gary Zukav calls in his book, Seed of the Soul, the real true empowerment. The only empowerment is when your personality, when you use who you are, what you've been given, the gifts you hold to serve the calling that you have been brought to earth to serve. So when I figured that out, the show took off. The secret is, how do you use yourself? How do you use your whole self, your being, your full expression as an offering, really, as a full open prayer to life? That's what I've learned to do. My entire life is an open prayer to that which is the greatest, highest calling for myself. So you actually do what Smith has been encouraging you to do since you entered the gates. You shift the paradigm to service. Service, you say. You say to life, you ask this question. Everybody who is still exploring where to go next. You ask the question, how can I be used? Life, use me. Use me. Show me through my talents and my gifts. Show me through what I know, what I need to know, what I have yet to learn, how to be used in the greater service to life. You ask that question, and I guarantee you, Smithies, the answer will be returned and rewarded to you with fulfillment, which is really the major definition of success for me. If you ask the question, how can I be used? And then get still enough for the answer. Because what I've discovered in all of my years of conversations and interviews with people, anytime you have to go and ask everybody else what is the answer to a question, it means you haven't gotten still enough yourself to quiet out the noise of the world, to listen to your inner GPS, your inner guidance that always knows, that knows right now what is the best, next, right thing for you to do. It's your calling to serve because you are a woman of the world. And whatever your chosen field, I know this, that when you shift the paradigm to how can I be used? How can I use my art, my painting, my music, my medical skills? How can I use my listening, my caring in service to that which is greater than myself? You shift the paradigm to service and the reward comes. What I love about what has happened with all of the Smithy girls here is that you've learned to see the other. Don't think I didn't notice all the Black Lives Matter signs on all the houses. Which I'm told you all, each house through discussions and discernment, came to the conclusion that that would be the banner that would be carried throughout all of the houses. That you all understood that social justice for all really matters. I appreciate that. I appreciate that you see the other, notice the other, and recognize that our differences make us whole, that our differences make us a whole nation, differences make us a whole wide world. You know, the reason why I could talk to over 37,858 people, but who's counting, in individual conversations from every place and station in life is that I figured out early on what Maya Angelou had taught me, and that is we are more alike than we are different. And the most important thing I learned, I want to share with you. I learned it through thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of conversations every day, where I tried to be so fully present with every person, to see them, to hear them. And I started to notice early in my career that after every interview, no matter who I was talking to, the person would say when I finished the interview, "Was that okay? Was that okay? How was that? How'd that go? Did I do all right?" So I started to think about, what is that? Why does everybody, including Beyonce, with all her Beyonce-ness, at the end of dancing on stage, hand me the mic and say, "Was that okay?" It's because every person, every argument you've ever been in, every confrontation or conversation, every person just wants to know they were heard. Every argument you have with your friends is not about whatever it is you're arguing about. It's ultimately about, do you hear me? And many of you have even said, when you don't feel you're being heard, can you just hear me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? And could you understand that what I'm saying to you actually matters? And I have found that no matter what the conversation or the confrontation or the experience, if you can mirror back to that person, yes, I hear you, and this is what you're saying. Whether you choose to do it or not, just being heard makes all the difference. Being validated, because everybody wants to be heard. And what I've learned is when you can do that and create your work and your life based on an intention to serve with purpose, make it your intention to serve through your life with purpose, you will have a blessed life. Especially if you learn, first and foremost, to take care of yourself. Long before you were even thought of being conceived, in the early days of my show, when you were just an idea in the mind of the cosmos, I had a woman who was a life coach on named Cheryl Richardson, and she was trying to tell the audience of women that they needed to take better care of themselves. So she asked the audience, let's make a list of priorities and see where you are on the list. And this is an audience of 350 women who'd come from every place in the country, as 80% of our audience did every day. And in that audience of women in the early 90s, there was not one woman who actually had herself on the list. So I said, as Cheryl had iterated, listen, you need to put yourself on the list. And the women would argue in confusion, how can we do that? That's too selfish. You must not have any children because your children have to go first and your husband has to go before you and everybody else and all the things you have to do have to go first. And Cheryl was trying to explain to them that you put yourself on the list so that you will have enough care for yourself to be able to give to others. And as the women were arguing with her and even started to boo her, I said, she asked you to put your name on the list. She didn't say abandon your children in the streets. So over the decades, women have learned to put themselves on the list, but not to give themselves the priority. You have to give yourself top priority to fill up your life with a full, emboldened, spiritual life that gives back to you. You know, I tried in every way to get my daughters to understand the importance of a spiritual life, and I don't mean religious life, I mean nurturing and taking care of that essence, that fullness of expression that is you with a capital Y. So I brought in this guy named, we call him Meditation Bob, to try to teach them how to meditate, how to be still, how to sit with themselves, how to go in to find the deeper I. And I realize now one or two of them still do it. I realize that everybody has to find their own way. So meditation may not be the way for you. It may be music for you. It may be painting for you. It may be dancing for you. It may be walking with your dog for you. It may be sitting in silence for you. But you must find a way every day to develop the spiritual muscle that is the interior, that is the deeper I, that is you. You make yourself full so your cup runneth over, so that you live this full, emboldened life with so much to give to others because your cup is running over. You can only do that by taking time to give back to yourself. So I encourage you, take care of yourself. Love yourself. Love fully yourself, because only people who love themselves have enough love to give to the rest of the world as a woman for the world. And in closing, I leave you with this story. I had so many lessons from the Oprah show. I mean, I never had to go to a therapist. I was blessed to have my therapy in front of all of you. All those years, all of my aha moments I had in front of millions of people. Oh, that's how you do it. But there was a story of a man named John Diaz who had come to the show for people who had endured, tragic circumstances. John Diaz was on a flight, a Singapore Airlines flight in the year 2000, and the airplane went down the wrong one-way on takeoff and crashed and imploded and exploded. And he said he had about 12 seconds to get off that plane, and it was a burning inferno. That he looked back, he happened to be sitting in first class, but looked back into the fuselage and saw all the other passengers sitting in their seats, their bodies on fire, strapped in their seatbelts. And he saw coming out of the tops of their heads with the flames what he thought were auras. And he said that some were burning brighter than others. The light coming from people was burning brighter than others. I said, did you think that that was a divine moment? Did you think that this was a divine experience? He said, no, I'm not a religious man. I didn't think it in terms of divinity. I just knew that when I got off that plane, I was going to try to live my life with more empathy, that I was going to be open to more love, because I knew inside myself that the people whose auras were burning the brightest were people who'd lived the brightest lives. So I wanted to live more brightly. So that's my closing prayer for you, Smithies, that you leave here and live the brightest life.
The candidates for the Certificate of Study, Diploma in American Studies and Global Studies, Master of Science, Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Fine Arts will stand and present themselves at this time.
Am I on? Madam President, I have the honor to present these candidates and to certify on behalf of the faculty that they have fulfilled the requirements set by the college for their respective diplomas and degrees.
By virtue of the authority of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, vested in the Board of Trustees of Smith College, and by them delegated to me, I confer upon you, as the case may be, the Certificate of Study, Diploma in American Studies and Global Studies, Master of Science, Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Fine Arts, and admit you to all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto.
Sarah Dodd Bronner. Yvonne Youngzima. Leslie K. Nordstrom. Angelica M. Rosario Santos. Alice Kotzi. Elsa Camden. Dana Madsen. Vera Martel. Daniel de la Rubia Molina. Celia Perez Luce. Yana Felina Folkman. Jennifer D. Christensen. Morgan Catherine Cooper. Claire Elizabeth Gardner Doyle. Rebecca Herbert. Wendy Joanne Kelly. Zachary Thomas Kundal. Lara Jane Delgado Kay. Eric Blaine Struble. Carla Michelle Velez Garcia. Catherine Butler. Haley Crockett. Lauren Elizabeth Deutsch. Hannah Balaban Elliott. Kathleen Ann Keogh. Caitlin Lawrence. Caroline Amelia Baker Kushner. Michaela Merchant. Adam Wesley Reed. Amy Elizabeth Stroley. Zachary Stephen Strauss. Niall Timothy Sullivan. Emily Helen Atkinson. Nicole Marie DeWolf. Rowan Allegra Salem. Stephanie Turner. And Whitney Rose Wilson.
The candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science will stand and present themselves at this time.
Madam President, I have the honor to present these candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science and to certify on behalf of the faculty that they have fulfilled the requirements set by the college for that degree.
By virtue of the authority of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, vested in the Board of Trustees of Smith College, and by them delegated to me, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science and admit you to all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. The candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts will stand and present themselves at this time.
Madam President, I have the honor to present these candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts and to certify on behalf of the faculty that they have fulfilled the requirements set by the college for that degree.
By virtue of the authority of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, vested in the Board of Trustees of Smith College, and by them delegated to me, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts and admit you to all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto.
Albright House. Eleanor Midori Adachi. Umira Hana Arroyo. Shanice Bailey. Megan Emily Barton. Catherine Ann Blackford. Jennifer Calabrese. Celia Sarah Calder. Natalia Jeanette Crowley. Kimberly Rollins Davis. Emily Blythe Ford. Nyerazzo Capesi. Riley Acadia Mancuso. Michelle May. Carolyn Joyce Meyer. Megan Lee Pack. Darwin Zoe Pappas Fernandez. Jenna Rose Perna Elias. Sarah Louise Riebman. Misha Rittak. Hannah Rose Sarfan. Zoe Natalie Weisner. Baldwin House. Meredith Agrin. Grace Barrett Snyder. Eliza Fassler. Lily Aline Kane Clark. Catherine E. Cooney. Olivia Simone Toddy. Quincy Elizabeth Dean Slobod. Anna Sophia Drinovan. Cassandra Evelyn Irish. Ho Yu Lee. Qing Yang Lee. Ana Celeste Martinez. Jessica Marie Morgan. Dong Enang Song. Sarah Rose Sorensen. Alice Fan Yang. Amelia Yoja Min. Erica Ann Yoshi, Anna Wenchang Zhou, Niang Ju. Capen House, Quinn Michael Annex Reese, Catherine Bush Norvell Barkley, Isabella Ruggiero Dumond, Kosi Sochuku Adanma Igwe, Wenting Mao, Violet Genevieve McHale, Kathleen Jane Moshofsky, Sarah Horning Netsky, Audrey Lynn Olmos Govea, Hannah Riley Pennington, Eleanor Colgan Gaushi Powell, Erica Louise Otsu Schroeder, Olivia Christine Shaw, Kokoro Anna Tetsuka, Allison C.T. Wu. Chapin House, Annie Jinlei Bell, Josie Marie Brown, Kristen Claire Chin, Emily Nanyue Cryan, Sarah Elizabeth Del Villar, Gabriela Abigail España, Christine Mary Hamilton, Grace Hejung Lee, Sarah Ann Lopez, Jessica Magri, Tui Nugent, Renee Rose Picard, Lydia Sophie Plakias, Michaela Catherine Rohde, Kara Nicole Wazalowski, Cheryl Lynn Watts, Lu Sha, Tianwen Shu, Huai Yan, Mary Ellen Chasehouse, Suzanne Abreu, Winnie Dayu Chang, Beryl Brianne Ford, Yuna Huang, Halima Obolanle Ipesha Balogun, Zoe Elsie Kohler Boland, Ju-un Lee, Ming Shan Lee, Ling Shun Lee, Josie Lauren Little, Ellie Mainu, Nankululeko Morgan Mpungose, Yuting Ren, Serena Ruth Schaffner, Angelica Mariana Vargas Coronado, Shangja Shu, Hanyu Zhang, Comstock House, Badria Al-Sabah, Elena Alexandra Andriopoulos, Devin Grace Bebout, Isabel Village Boage Benincasa Reed. Galilea Camacho Pineda. Amanda Castro. Kelly Yoonji Choi. Jasmine S. Collins. Heather Jaguar. Akanksha Rajiv Gupta. Emily Louisa Hernandez. Alyssa Mae Johnson Kurtz. Ann Q. Cassiopeia Rose Lee. Jeannie Victoria Lee. Kimberly Lynn Liu. Megan Elizabeth Newbig. Vanessa A. Pius. Catherine Quarles Stevens. Sravasti Sarkar. Sarah Olivia Flores Shannon. Alexandra Rosalind Steck. Veronica Nicolay Taruco. Chu Tint Wei. Flora Whale. Camille Williams Ginsburg. Christine Yee.
Ada Comstock Scholars. Ruth Ellen Allard. Melissa A. Bennett. Theophania Cielos. Meredith Ann Clancy. Amy Michelle Golke. Mallory Rose Cakeley. Amy Elizabeth Kemper. Brittany Deborah Joy Cott. Kimberly Elizabeth Lawrence. Erica Engstrom Lively. Lindsay E. Musilak. Victoria Ann Nash. Megan Deanna Perry. Jessica Ryan. Megan Hall Shaw. Suzanne P. Stillinger. Mallory H. Strider. Lily Timpane. Emily Lundberg Utz. Heather E. Wilder. Natasia Yahub. 150 Elm Street, Geraldine Kelly Deanna Taihere. 54 Green Street, Xiomara Jennifer Giordano. Dulce Maria Mora Flores.
Cushing House. Natalia Carignano. Madison Noel Chafin. Rachel L. Cooper. Sophiana Dillick. Shayna Alexa Iden. Dory Sophia Klein. Zoe Mears. Katie Paliarani. Deepal Patel. Chelsea Marie Pimentel. Tegan Waring. Cutter House. Alexandra Owlam Peterson. Meredith Stephanie Burnside. Samantha Louise Cowsey. Ife Chen. Catherine Ann Denis. Ravinder Desi. Su Wei Heng. Chloe T. Herrera. Hira Humayun. Maruch Atif Khan. Megumi Jemin Alexandra Lee. Anchi Long. Sydney Liu. Mingwei Ma. Mariam Inez Mabrook. Eunice Park. Erin Caroline Pratt. Zuhaili Ramon. Yuyu Tien. Yachi Shang. Danyi Zun. Siyu Zhang. Weijia Zhang. Eleanor Duckett House. Chloe Fairbrother Brownlee. Gina Lee Cho. Allison Ray Chiccarone. Emily Catherine Dominiak. Rita Elbana. Sul Ji Min. Alyssa Na. Kenya Belika Reyes. Erica Wan. Catherine Kerber Whitney. Emerson House. Colin Jean Benedict. Maya Tappan Brown. Caitlin Bowie. Ana Paula Garcia. Brianna Christine Halassa. Doris Lisbeth Juarez. Michelle Minji Kim. Alexis Nicole King. Michelle J. Lee. Cadence Barry Miskimin. Samantha Tinashe Muchangwe. Nicole Elizabeth Peer. Molly Plow. Michaela Anna Stam. Sarah Ann Tully. Alexandra C. Widstrand.
Friedman Complex, Cromwell House, Brittany Marie Blocker. Helen Celia Mayer. Rebecca Colfer. Abigail Rose Doctor. Sophie Barstow Herod. Sarah Sperling Koenig. Quinn Yunyi Levine. Chloe Taylor Lee. Allison E. Snyder. Monica Song Nam. Marlo Elizabeth Stein. Decorah House. Lily Anna Carlisle Reski. Kelly Ying Chung. Josephine Blythe Coleman Mumford. Jenshi Fong. Alexandra Gabrielle Goffard. Yipeng Lai. Monica Ann Swartz. Wanshi Wong. Yuan Wong. Hashimi House. Rowena Cornelia Cannon. Tiffany Chen. Jade Marie Chihara. Catherine Ann Graham O'Regan. Nomfuneko Mafunda. Natalie Reina Alvarez. Annie Kelly Sanville. Alexandria von Weiss und Kaiserswaldau Simpson. Varsha Subramanian. Menying Yao. Machado House. Yishin Bao. Li Chai. Jessica I. Chang. Mangshi Chen. Yifei Hong. Soyun Kim. Lucy Lee. Jiao Lu. Sin Young Park. Alexandra Lucille Therese, sorry. UK Wong. Minghui Shu. Itian Ye. He Yun. Yingchuan Zhu. Ninomia House. Phyllis Yvonne Chen. Eliza Francis Cummings. Marie Corey. Molly Mugan Cover. Cheyenne Summer Marani. Sabra Gabrielle Meyerson. Miata Janice Jenna Nadama. Abigail Angelina Onus. Isabel Khadija Rivette. Avita Jamil Streetfield. Jessie Ann DeShalis Tibbetts. Anna Giali Weston. Gardner House. Sarah Agatoni. Sadaf Ahmed. Emily Ji-Yoon Bae. Lucy Wise Bauer. Anastasia Marie Binkowski. Catherine Elizabeth Bradley. Isabella Caitlin Cassini. Sakshi Chavla. Preeti Reddy Dasari. Annalie Jung. Liberty Jane Dupuy. Candy Gonzalez. Siobhan Ann McManaman. Nina Elizabeth Merriam. Alexandra Lasky Miller. Anna Cecilia Render. Natasha Sharma. Bailey Sinead Smith-Dewey. Ruth Fong Zimmerman. Gillette House. Nancy Nising Tsai. Jessica Hongmi Chung. Julia Mary Como. Nok Lebao Din. Kira Gan. Anna Elizabeth George. Monica Martha Gonzalez. Shuyao Gu. Kaylandra Hurd. Evelyn Maria Mandel. Siri Kim McFarland. Celia Jane Mercier. Phoebe Marie Metz. Elias Graylin Molitors Bergman. Jamie Sue Mountain. Crystal Min Ning Ong. Esosa K. Osayaman. Suwon Park. Arundhati Saikia. Tori Elizabeth Scher. Emma Cairns Watson. Hampshire House. Molly Ann Ackerman. Kayla Marie Benjamin. Dara Corinne Brenya. Whoops. Grania Buchanan. Olivia Antonia Feal. Marisol F. Fernandez y Mora. Erin Gardner Garofalo. Jamie Keene. Charlotte Ann Coleman. Anjali Rose Kumar. Brooklyn June O'Kelly Bangsberg. Anna Joliet Rogers. Melanie Alexandria Sayrath. Andrea Stephanie Schmid. Rebecca May Smith. Pandey Putu Sri Wahudni. Sarah Juliana Talent. Beatrix Alida Wessel. Claire Elise Westa.
Haven Wesley Houses. Alexandria Rose Brennan. Mingxuan Chia. Kelsey Marie Conti. Chinyere Aaliyah Davis. Eileen Yi-Jun Feng. Jenny Wang. Zoe Helen Langsdale. Lily Monique Noel Laparollery. Anna Christie Ledgerwood. Aisin Lee. Murong Lee. Sage Elizabeth Lillehart. Elizabeth Nolasco. Heloise Kiara Phillips Vabre. Kylie Power Sullivan. Alinice Mary Michelle Simeon. Emily Duncan Wilson. Hopkins House. Amanda Caroline Click. Raven Folks Witten. Alexis Hott. Veda Leka. Jinjo Leo. Aaliyah Elizabeth Robinson. Hubbard House. Zoe Elizabeth Bryan. Samantha Ingram Brownlow. Sahara Ibrahimi. Zoe Shao Honold Kendall. Angela Christine Lewell. Anthe Joyce Papayiannopoulos. Celeste Toman Vinolia. Jiaying Zhu. Jordan House. Sabrina Plan Breyer. Phoebe Taylor Cluley. Sarah Michelle Duckett. Elsie Rose Eastman. Isabel Iman. Tessa Gabriella Goldsher. Fallon Danielle Gwynn. Innes Anderson Hitt. Taylor Catherine Jones. Guyana Fedorovina Joseph. Kelsey Colbett. Abigail Lawarne. Alana Christine Lynch. Sophia Gilman Malari. Yunha Park. Varsha Prabhakar. Isabel Walter. Catherine Macmillan Whittaker. Franklin King House. Lucille Marie Osman. Min Cho. Gina Yunjin Chu. Julia Marie Collins. Caroline McNulty Davis. Anne Carrico Doyle. Diana Fierros Pina. Parker Ajani Fu. Garielle Grant. Alexandra E. Gross. Dariana D. Guerrero. Marilla Harris Vincent. Leah Lacey Henry. Karen Kildall Hornavar. Emily Hooker. Natasha Tremblay Jadavji. Charlotte Hastings Kirk. Grace Juyong Lee. Christina Liang. Yoon Young Roh. Laura Margaret Sheedy. Sydney Chloe Sousa. Whitney Rose Amelia Terry. Madison Rain Walat. Lamont House. Najla Salman Al-Sudairi. Jackie Yeun Bune. Ruth Opal Dickey Chasens. Natalie Jondo. Caroline Martha Friedland. Alexandra Jane Hill. Grace Jean Johnson DeBoffrey. Eugenie Mjat Jumayan. Gabriela Annalisa Kniep. Rachel Yangwan Kim. Alexi J. Klein. Laura Elizabeth Kroc Horton. Madison Rose Latham. Serafina Catherine Masters. Jessica Alexandra Robinson. Olivia Bridgette Saya. Sonny Bertrand Smith. Yael Situhai.
Lawrence House. Sydney Anderson. Alicia May Bowling. Alexandria Signia Bryan. Teresa Min Huang. Asaloy Ashley Ikramova. Eun Young Chun. Falak Noor Qureshi. Maureen Leonard. Cecilia Francis Lim. Lisa Moharjan. Brianna Shante Nice. Imani Angelique Robinson. Yejin Song. Aliyah Nasser Suleiman. Monica Anne-Marie Wilson. Yu Zhang. Yu Zhang. Morris House. Angela Marie Acosta. Jacqueline Banuelos Murillo. Muriel Ann Brunet. Theodora E. Burbank. Marina Christie Cheng. Catherine Covert Eberman. Chase Rosemary Freshlin. Jessamine Cooper Griwan Okita. Mariana Cecilio Gennario. Liu Jun Chen. Yutong Jiang. Leah Grace Nelson Walensky. Veronica Julianne Oberholzer. Emily Catherine Perullo. Olivia Pilling. Olivia Ann Rossetti. Sharon Vizcaíno de la Garza. Morrow House. Natalie Ann Burkett. Amanda June Cesarano. Diana Chen. Jenna Catherine Dadman. Claudia Suzanne Deeg. Karen Stephanie Diaz. Nina Godridge. Madeline Lorraine Horn. Claire Ellen Horn. Jessica Innes. Lila Camille Coplin. Tara Shotil Marin. Elizabeth Mata Santana. Maya Nicole McCann. Abigail Therese Molesky. Amelia Carol Moses. Chinamanka Ifunanya Nodim Amani. Kelsey Loren Park Smith. Lisette Hesamani Ramirez. Julia Guohong Ryder. Northrop House. Chloe Elizabeth Beckman. Marie Catherine Brinion. Emma Olivia Velisis Brooks. Joan Loftus Brunetta, Miranda G. Coleman, Shunji Dai, Beatia Sierra Dozier, Lynn Fine Schaefer, Baini Hu, Sonia Elizabeth Eleanor Lawrence, Isabella Varisco Levy, Deirdre Anna Lightman, Hanxin Liu, Maria Lydia Ortiz, Emma Elizabeth Roth, Jessica Althea Almaro Tin, Shuyun Wong, Parkhouse, Jennifer Agel, Katrina Laurel Blandino, Vanessa Cordero, Rebecca Nicole Damante, Allison Rose DeBois, Alexandra Elizabeth Galarza, Elizabeth Haas, Sarah Katzmoli, Emma Frances Lobby, Sarah Hanstein Robbins, Emily Ellen Robidoux, Marilyn Julissa Romero, Alejandra Ruiz, Anna Louisa Saunders, Parsons House, Kayla Rivette Fawny, Elizabeth Dayton Hoffmeyer, Nanami Kono, Julia Mary Marciano, Sylvie P. Wise.
Laura Scales House. Nashwa Y. Al-Sharki. Aisha Amin. Zoe Cassandra Chatfield. Catherine Wallace Hitchcock Smith. Abigail Reed Jefferson. Lydia Tu Jin. Desiree Johnson. Margaret Ann Kirsch. Natalie Sarah Kolber. Virginia Alejandra Lidovich. Allison Georgia Marsh. Natalie Manning Mills. Elsie Akinyi Odiambo. Catherine Ann Osterlund. Samantha Grace Page. Malia Mohsin Rahim. Emma Louise Robinson Raleigh. Sydney M. Standard. Sessions House. Jasmine Dora Karuk. Kira Rachel Chase. Isabella Marie Fielding. Allison Ray Hardy. Teresa Meyer. Julie Marie Voorhees. Megan Marie Wankura. Talbot House. Samira Anantharam. Erin Batchelder. Rachel Kayla Beard. Dana Lee Duran. Kayla Alexandria Gaskin. Stefania Iliana Georgiou. Samantha Rose Giles. Irene Austria Gomez Perez. Sophia Val Ladner. Samantha Longcoat. Johanna Rebecca Renard. Mara Wolkoff. Tenny House. Sam Davis. Gabriella Rose Ford Geiger. Chloe Mei-Chi Lee. Rachel Helene McGoldrick. Alexandra Artemovna Mudrichenko. Lydia Jane Ross. Tyler House. Elena Marie Ayers. Laura Marie Grant. Margaret Rose Kane. Sydney Anna Barrett Keene. Emma Marie Knobloch. Anastasia Magdalena Kneffel. Natalie Katerina Larson. Caroline Sung Lim. Kelsey Elizabeth Mack. Anna Michelle McLean. Eva Hannibal Morgenstein. Margaret Ann Smith. Elizabeth Ann Madar Strobeck. Victoria Rose Torres. Caitlin Vincent. Washburn House. Mark Kiernan William Britton. Mara Hoyt. Habiba Hussein. Jiang Liang. Tiffany Lynn Wilt. Chenja Zhu. Wilder House. Sarah Elizabeth Becker. Marina Jane Biggio. Elizabeth Whitlock Carper. Mahona Chaudhary. Kendall Whitney Clark. Jacqueline Jo Foodie. Elizabeth Swanson Glimpse. Margaret Riley Lamb. Lucy Leong. Kayla Ray Madison. Charlotte McGowan Mann. Susan Emily Mashiev. Fulani Agugama. Emily Diane Smith. Sarah Suto Pluns. Amalia Sweet. Marta Vivanco. Sarah Yan. Amanda Marie Zuno. Martha Wilson House. Sophia Casteras Arnal. DeAndrea Joan Beckman. Jessie Grace Cole. Grace Ann Cushing. Micah Francisca Faber. Samantha Jean Font. Nina Ray Gagnon. Zara Alia Jamshed. Hannah Keys. Maria Paula Lagarcha Giraldo. Rebecca Joy Loudermilk. Caroline St. John Muirhead. Jennifer Musa. Aliyah Tristine Nesser. Sarah Marie Ramasastri. Mary Ruth Robinson. Frankie Scully. Jennifer D. Sturley. Carolyn Mary Karstens Taylor. Ziskindhaus. Noah Daniel Blom. Rahma Abdiare Haji. Emma Rebecca Hathaway. Chen Chen Kang. Chumang Liu. Maria Lopez. Kathleen Louise McLaughlin. Kelly Hanako Nakashima. Jingping Nia. Natsai Priska Niabadza. Sui Jiang Yi. Cho Wei. Paloma Rose Wiggins. Elena Zozulevich. Congratulations, class of 2017.
Before we close, I would like to acknowledge a special member of our community. As many of you know, this is the final commencement for Senior Class Dean Margaret Berzelius, who will be retiring at the end of June after 17 years of service. Margaret, you have been an advocate for students, a wise counselor, a treasured friend, and an unparalleled fashion icon. Thank you. Faculty, Margaret, they love you too. Well, graduates of the class of 2017, the time has come for you to join a most distinguished community, the alumni of Smith College. This community will be yours for life. You will stand in common with alumni who, like you, will change the world, who will challenge the world, who will carry Smith forward with them in all that they do. Know that while you leave Smith today, you do not leave it behind. As much as Smith has changed each of you, you have changed Smith just as much. You have been a part of its evolution and left its mark on it in countless ways, as Badria so eloquently shared with us. And you will return here, we hope, often. We know you're ready, we have no doubt of that, and I am backed by that belief in the faculty. Graduates, this is your moment to salute the faculty for the countless ways they have encouraged, inspired, and challenged you to do your best. And I, too, have a message for the relatives and friends of the graduates of 2017. To the mothers and fathers, the grandmothers and grandfathers, the aunts and uncles and sisters and brothers, the spouses, the daughters and sons, the cousins, the guardians, the significant others, friends of all sorts, for your years of support, comfort, and understanding you have given, for your appreciation of women's education, for supporting these students through college, and soon graduate school, I invite the graduates, it's true, I invite the graduates to please rise and join me and the faculty in saluting you, the supporters of our students. As you go forth today, I leave you with this. Smith is a movement, and today it carries you forward. May you make that movement your own. And I have to tell you on behalf of the faculty, there's nothing harder than saying goodbye to beloved students. We will miss you. Here's one more time for the class of 2017.
Recent graduates, as you take in all that you have heard and stand at the threshold of the new beginning, you might feel a little shocked or dazed. You may not be ready to take in that you just graduated, let alone that you're here with Oprah. But she has taken you all in. She has blessed each one of you. She has noticed your shoes, and she has blessed you as you have walked across the stage. She is so proud of each one of you. As she has taken you in, I invite you to take in this moment, this window into Kairos, or sacred time. This day, like your life, is just beginning to unfold, to rise and spread like the Northampton sunrise. In the restlessness of our days, may you always be breathing into the stillness of the question, "Oh life, how can you use me?" May you be ready to say, "I hear you, I see you, I am willing to go with you." May you always be searching for the deeper I in order to live a full, emboldened life. Go knowing your spirit is woven now into the fabric of this place. It is in the air of the quad, the lawn of Chapin. It is in the vistas and the ivy. Some parts of Smith will always be in you. Some parts of Smith are in you, and you are in Smith. Use yourself as an offering to the world, a full and open prayer. Hear now these words by poet Derek Wolcott, admired by Oprah Winfrey, as a blessing for you, your families, and the world which you will touch and change.
The time will come when with elation you will greet yourself arriving at your own front door, in your own mirror, and each will smile at the other's welcome and say, "Sit here, eat, give wine, give bread, give back your heart to itself. Peel your own image from the mirror. Sit, feast on your life."
The 139th commencement ceremony of Smith College is now concluded. We congratulate our graduates and say to them, may you go forth and thrive.